I hate being ripped off, but unfortunately the motor trade is rife with people that are used to being smarter than the customers and therefore able to do pretty much anything that they like in order to make a few extra quid, when in reality an honest job would still pay the bills because there's plenty of work out there. So I've been using a company for engine rebuilds over the last 3 or 4 years, and they must have done 5 engines for me. And 3 of the engines so far, I've had issues with the rear crank seals. So 2 of them whistling, and one of them, or at least one of them, leaking oil. Now, I spoke to them about this on several occasions, and they said that they must have fitted them not deep enough or something like that. And when I said to them about using aftermarket parts, they said, no, must be main dealer parts. Only use genuine BMW parts on the crank seals, the rocker cover, and the oil filter housing gasket. They said they must be OEM, so a genuine BMW. Now, this is a genuine BMW crank seal. So it's black. It's very difficult to see. It says FPM. But then in the right light, you can see it has the BMW lasered into it. You might not even be able to pick it up on the camera. It's very difficult to see. Well, anyway, they told me after I'd had this engine rebuilt that they only use genuine BMW crank seals, and you must use genuine BMW crank seals. This is an invoice for the front and rear crank seal. £37.50 plus VAT, £33.33 plus VAT. So I've paid £40 for the crank seal that's in this engine and believed it to be genuine, like on other invoices from them, OEM, so they've obviously cut that out without me noticing, but charged the same amount of money. So still 40 quid for this crank seal. Now I know that an aftermarket crank seal on this car would be about 20 quid. I've got one here, I've got an L-ring one, and they said, when I suggested fitting L-ring parts, they suggested, what, do you want your engine to leak? And I said, well, my engines have been leaking anyway with your crank seals. So I sent them a picture of this. I said, is this a genuine BMW crank seal? And they said, no, it's a BGA main dealer part. And they told me that this cost the £33.33 plus VAT, or actually, I incorrectly mentioned the front seal price, so £37.50 plus VAT, and he said, yes, that's how much it costs. Well, I know for a fact that these are 18 quid. And as you can see, oil leak. So this is at least the 3rd engine that I've had from them that's had an oil leak. I'm going to have to replace this. I'm having to do it on the floor at my unit because I don't normally work like this. I don't normally do the engine rebuilds myself. These engines are £4,000. You know, I draw the line somewhere, and I entrusted a professional to do this work. I asked them, these engines supposedly come with a 12-month warranty, and I asked them if this was covered by the warranty, and they said no. So this company give you a warranty for the engine, but apparently that doesn't cover fitting cheap parts against their own advice and then encountering a leak, which is also whistling.